Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Sketchbook Journal Creative Livestream. I'd like to initially welcome anyone watching this broadcast on the replay. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this creative journey. I hope you find something here that inspires you. If you love art, watching art happen live, the occasional print giveaway, learning about the creative process, and exposure to inspiring artists both past and present, then you're in the right place. For those of you that don't know me yet, my name is Peter Bragino. I'm a full-time artist, musician, and entrepreneur. I make my living selling prints of my work through my online store, which is located at www.bragino.com. I'm currently creating art out of my studio in Amityville, New York. I host a bi-monthly gathering in my studio called Artists in the Attic, where creatives of all levels and disciplines come together to support one another in this creative journey. The reason I began live streaming was to share my knowledge and passion for art, to continue my study of the creative process, increase my productivity on the many projects I have on hand, and to open up a dialogue about art with anyone willing to engage in that conversation. Now, without further ado, let's get to the task at hand. And camera on. Oh, there I am. All right, so I'm just working something out here in Photoshop. I'm thinking of doing like a little movie poster. All right. So I've got this little comp going. Let's see here. I want to put something behind this panther. I'm just putting a solid layer behind this panther so that it doesn't get affected when I put the background in. It doesn't look like I'm doing anything, but I'm drawing behind the panther. So I'm drawing like a white layer up underneath it. At least I think I am. Let's see what happens when I put this layer up underneath here. Yeah, okay, yeah, I did. All right, so just gonna tighten this up around the edges real quick. It looks about pretty good. I'm just trying to create some like an abstract background. The idea would be that the panther is laying on the ground. And so the panther's name is Maybelle. And the other character, the other main character um, of the graphic novel that I'm drawing this poster for, her name is Aloura. Excuse me one second. had to sneeze. So let's zoom in here. The idea would be that now here's the issue. The issue is I don't know what the little girl character looks like yet. So I might be working that out. Well, it doesn't have to be accurate. It just my idea would be that she is laying right here in the nook of the panther, maybe sleeping. So I'm drawing her on top. Let's see. Nope. I want her to be more like slumped in there. This. Maybe her arms will be folded. Curious. Precarious, sorry. This is not as easy as I thought it would be. I had this like idea in my head that the panther was fine. It's this little girl that's troublesome. Let's break it down into some solids. So, if the little girl's chest was here, let's see. Body. Trying to break this down into just simple shapes, just so I can understand how the three-dimensional form will move in space. Because sometimes I need to do that when I'm having a difficult time with um, the form. Form can be difficult at best. No, she looks like she's kind of sunk down in there right now, but her head is a little bit too low. So I'm going to pull that off of there. Move this up. Get it like up over. Let's see. See what that looks like. feels a little bit better. All right. Oops. So that's a little girl's face. And that's her nose. She's sleeping. Let's see. Her hair. The crop hairdo. This arm over here is this. Say those arms are stacked. And then this is her waist. I'm sorry. This is her thing. This is her dress. But I was thinking that one leg could have been up. Like that. She wears these big old boots. I'm not sure why yet, but so this leg is, oh, this is like a dress that goes like this. Oops. Over her legs. This leg comes out. Boot. I'm gonna make this boot white for right now. Just color that boot in a little bit. I don't want it to be a white boot because I want her. Well, actually, it could be a white boot. If her dress was coming up over her leg, it would probably sit on top of her leg because it's fabric. And her other leg, well, let's remake the boot white. Because this little girl's name is Aloura, and her mother was a dressmaker. So she has some pretty cool clothes. Sorry, I'm just trying to take this bandage off my finger. It's annoying me right now. Alright, that hurts. See, the leg is coming out this way, and then going down into a boot. This dress looks unnatural, so what I'm going to do is imagine that it's going to come down further like this. And a microphone like right in my face. So, dress will be shaded like this. Looks about right. There's little patterns on the dress. Because it definitely would be a fancier dress since her mother made it. Because her mother was a dressmaker. Just blocking her hair. Make that like one big shape. That's probably a good idea. I don't know if that's what her hair is going to look like, but it's not a bad idea to have something for now. Now let's make her a little bit smaller. She really should be kind of small compared to the panther. And I'm just gonna make her slightly transparent so I can see where the panther starts and where she ends. She would be like down here, down in the fold here. What I should do is hide her and then cut the panther. Just making a selection around the Panthers so that I can cut them out. There you go. Now I can sink her down in, and she'll go behind him. So that makes more sense, something like that. So he's kind of like protecting her, you know? Should go in and maybe like give her a little bit more tone. So having a tough time defining where her neck is. Not that it needs to be defined, but you know, it's just a little tough to understand what's going on underneath here. I don't know. This looks right, but I think our arm would be like this. think for the sake of clarity, I need to paint the panther kind of dark. Because he's kind of confusing where she is. And he is a Black Panther, so she's transparent. Okay. So what I need to do, I need to put a solid tone underneath her. So I could just overdraw her like this, and then that actually kind of looks cool. She actually looks like she's sunk down into that. That's interesting. If I just make a selection around her and then reverse the selection. Oh, inverse. Then I can go here and just, oops, select inverse. Delete everything around her. Then I'll just merge the layers, put the panther back. Oops. Oh, I see what I did. I think I've bitten off more than I can chew here for the moment. But I'm gonna make this happen. Keep darkening in the panther and keep her light. And then I know I'm pretty quiet on this broadcast, but my brain is doing a lot of thinking right now. feels a little bit better. There you go. Shine on her leg, unless it makes it look like a doll. But let's see if I can do something with her face here. This is like super low resolution. Not bad. When I draw up close like this, it reminds me of when I used to draw with the early computers. It was like old pixel art. So it was slow going stuff, which is what this is. If her head was this big, her hair would be shaped like this. think her face. Whoa, wow. Talk about pixelated. Jesus. Face would be a little more round. That looks like she's sleeping now. And then this hair over here should be a slightly darker color. The lips would be more relaxed. Oh man, pixel art. Alright, the panther. The ground needs to be lightened a little bit. So yeah, that's what it is. Gotta figure out this panther arm as well. It reads pretty well. interested in making like an icon to some degree out of the panther's face. Kind of like the way his head looks like that. A little scratchy. So the thing is I still don't know what the look of this graphic novel is. Still trying to figure it out. So let's see. Nope. Just trying to clarify the silhouette of the panther. Just tighten things up. So I think that's good for a comp. I'm going to collapse all these layers down into one layer. And clean this up a little bit. Suppose in the future I'll be a little bit more talkative, but for now, since I'm just talking to myself, it's not that much fun. I mean, I enjoy talking to myself, but maybe not all the time. Let's see if I can make a little pause. Put a little shadow underneath the panther. A little shadow underneath her foot. The more I make art, the more I realize that clarity is one of the more important concepts. So it's like just being able to make things read clearly, so there's no confusion. A little shadow here from her arm. Putting a deep shadow underneath there to look like it. This is like called a contact shadow, where it's touching. So if this looks more like a box, if this was going to be a rounded shape, so I've colored it like it's a box, but if it was going to be a rounded shape, it would just have to be softer. The turn would have to be softer and not such a hard edge. This arm might just be thinner. Something looks really weird about that. Well, it gives her a neck. That's a good thing. Looks a little better. So I want to light this background up like this green right here. I'm going to attempt that right now. Wow. I'm going to put this on a color layer. See if I can get a lot of tone down on here. Making green backgrounds. Alright, let's clean this up a little bit. Alright. So I'm just going to try to make a little bit of color, tonal diversity in the back here, and consequently color diversity as well. It's like basically I'm making almost like an abstract idea of a forest, and I might actually put some foresty type stuff in here as well, maybe to create a little bit more design idea. I'm gonna push this back real quick just so I can make big brush strokes without worrying about messing stuff up. think the panther would probably be a bit of a blue color. Hmm. I gotta kind of figure this out real quick. Well, that kind of looks cool. Maybe her dress is beige. It's actually like gold. Maybe her mother made her a special gold dress at one point in time. And that's what she's wearing. But I think her gold dress has some really, really cool red accents on it. Let's see here, that's probably inside these things. Whoa, it's a little too bright. Something simple like that is kind of cool. Maybe she is like, she's not that color. Not that one either. When you use a color layer, it kind of makes colors weird. So it's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of skin tone. Oh. She is maybe a native. She comes from dark skin background. And then let's deal with the panther. It came a color layer as well. And we're gonna go with a blue tone on him. Whoa, not that blue tone. Wow. See, this might or might not work out. I don't know. Gotta see. It's kind of cool with him being a bit of like a grayish blue color. Well, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's really cool, actually. This blue with the lights hitting him. Yeah, that's sick. Hmm. Kind of like this color palette. Thinking the floor in front of the panther might be, like a dark brown or something. I want to turn this so it looks a little bit three-dimensional, not so flat, like they're sitting on a floor. I don't want them to look like they're sitting on a floor, basically. Kind of digging that. Now for her, I just put a little green tone over the top of her just to make her sit within the environment slightly. I got a levels adjustment. I just want to see what that looks like. It looks good in black and white, so that's a good thing. The levels adjustment actually helps. I'm going to leave that off for a minute. So what I want to do is I want to put the the panther. Let's see here. So the panther should have green glowing eyes. And I'm going to put that above everything else. make them bright right from the beginning. I'll keep them, whoa, that is too bright. I think this right eye is a little bit too close to the nose. There you go. I'm going to put black around it just to define the eyes. And then let's get another color close to the yellow. Put that down in here. So on top of that, I'm going to put a color layer. Oops, sorry, an overlay. Let's see about using a there you go. That gives that glowing effect. What I feel like I should do is I feel like I should try to make a lighting situation here. Because right now it looks like it's just like lit, like overcast lighting. Zoom that in so you can see it up close. what I'm going to try here is I'm going to try to take a layer, maybe put it on multiply, take like a dark color, and just color this whole layer in. So it's like it turns the lights down. Let's do it again. Maybe one more time. And then put a mask on that. Let's see here. This layer right here. I selected this layer. Whoa. Okay. It's about right. Hold on. Just gotta. Oops. Nope. Put that back in like that. All right, so go back up here. I'm just gonna make a work path out of that. Okay. All right, so we have this selection. And my first idea would be to take a brush and make like a scatter brush out of it, something like this. Oops, gotta paint in the mask. Just see what happens if I get rid of all this stuff and it looks like they're backlit. idea I had was to take like a. Sorry, the other idea I had was to take a. I don't think I have any of these brushes, but there are brushes that look like trees. This might be something like this might be actually one of them. Make that into a scatter brush. Let's see what happens here. Scattering. Okay. Nope. Not that one. Don't really like that at all. Oh, let's go back to. Yeah, I don't have any of those like fancy tree brushes. I know I can get them somewhere from the internet, but for right now, I might have to just paint the trees in. See what happens if I just do some crazy stuff like this. All right, none of that there. Scatter brush, round scatter brush again. Here we go. All right, that's good enough. So then now I'm going to go back to the regular brush. And in here, I'm going to paint like leaves and see what that's looking like. Just take that off for a minute. like it the way it looks without the leaf idea. Maybe if it just complicates some of this with more of this. I think I'm trying to create is like variation. It's too distracting. Oh man, my neck is cranked out right now. Let's see here. Maybe they're just like little berries on the vines. I've used this to great effect many times. It's one of my go-to graphics. I guess it's okay. I am trying to put as much of my own personal personality into this graphic novel as I can without trying to be too like guided by what I see other people do, or well, actually I don't know what other people do because I never read a graphic novel, but maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's not, I don't know, but it's a fact. So I've never even looked at a graphic novel, so I have no idea what people do, but I've looked at a lot of movies. See what this looks like in black and white. She still reads as the main interest in the piece, and that's good. I think that's good. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just kind of curious of what it would look like if I put some fireflies into this. Because fireflies play a big part in this story. So the fireflies would not be green; it would be like more like a yellow. So what I can do is make this brush scatter. Just kind of, oops, that's, nope. That's actually probably not a good brush to do this with. No, not a good brush. Let's go back to a round scatter brush, probably better. Nope, not that one either. Go to a normal scatter brush, then I will, oops. I need to make the things, the circles turn into like ovals at the same time, though there's a way to do that. Color Dynamics Transfer, brush, noise, wet edges. Alright, well, I'll figure it out later. this scatter to be further. Just erase some of these. So that's a representation of fireflies. And then what I could do is take one of the background colors and paint into some of these to knock them back. That has a bit of a magical feel, and that's definitely one of the words that I need to keep in this whole thing, magical. Works in black and white. Just want to see what this looks like in the frame. I think that looks pretty cool. I think I feel pretty good about this. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'll make a poster out of this and then I'll push it out online. All right. Thanks for hanging in there and hanging out with me. I know it was pretty quiet tonight, but it was a pretty mellow night. So Yeah, if you have any comments about this or anything like that, just let me know in the comments and I'll answer them. All right, thanks. It looks like that's a wrap for tonight. I had an amazing time and I learned so much. I'd like to thank you for watching and let you know how grateful I am for having you here. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for notifications of when I go live or post new videos. You can connect with me on Twitter and Instagram by searching @Bragino. My website is www.bragino.com. Visit me there for more of my art and to purchase prints of my work. Thank you so much.